Cobra Kai characters ranked videos. So last week, Cobra Kai Season 5 dropped on Netflix. Hopefully you had a chance to watch it. I certainly did. I think it's a really good season. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I would put it right in the middle, probably 3rd out of 5, without officially doing a season's ranked video, because I honestly would have to go rewatch all the seasons to be able to make sure that that video, at least at the moment, is current and up to date. But I think there's a lot of Cobra Kai content to talk about. There's a lot of great characters on the show, and honestly, I would say it's one of the funnest shows to binge watch. Now, it's not the best show, but it's the funnest show to binge watch, probably because they're not very long episodes, and it's complete nostalgia on some of the moments. So, in this video, I'm going to rank my top 15 favorite characters that have been on Cobra Kai. Now, we're not going to agree on this list. I'm going to have a completely different list. I don't think I've seen a ranking with some characters that I have really high. A lot of people put them lower if they're even one of their favorite characters. So we're going to disagree. Know that ahead of time. Make sure you leave your ranking in the comment section. Now, if you don't want to do 15 of your favorite characters, you can do top 5 or top 10. That would be fine. If you want to put your least favorite characters in the ranking as well, you can go ahead and do that. I will let you know ahead of time. My least favorite character on Cobra Kai, which will not be featured in my top 15 characters, is Samantha. At the moment, I can't stand Samantha, although she got slightly better towards the end of Season 5, but she's got a lot of work to do to make my top 15 favorite characters list. And I also don't like Anthony, although he got better in Season 5 as well. I expect both of those characters will have a solid Season 6, and maybe they will crack my top 15, but it remains to be seen. But again, we are going to disagree. Know that ahead of time. If everybody had the same character ranking list, the world would be very boring. So leave your ranking in the comment section. If you're a Cobra Kai or Karate Kid fan, smash the like button. And please don't please don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, and show your damn support. So I'm going to name an honorable mention. This character, I believe, has only been in 2 episodes of Cobra Kai, but it's one of my favorite characters, especially since she was in The Karate Kid, and that would be Allie, played by Elizabeth Shue. She's awesome. She's only been in a couple episodes. Granted, there is a character on here that's only been in a couple episodes too, but I really like Allie, and I just want to give her an honorable mention. If I did a top 16 rated or characters ranked video, she would be number 16. So let's start off my top 15 favorite characters featured on Cobra Kai with number 15, Carmen. So Miguel's mom, Carmen, who is now pregnant with Johnny Lawrence's baby, and Carmen is a good character. At first, she didn't have a lot of development, but she's gotten really good and really entertaining, and now the dynamic between her and Amanda Larusso, they're really good friends. Johnny and Daniel, at least at the moment, are really good friends, it seems like, and I really like the way things are going. Now, they could throw us a curveball. You never know, because some things have happened too fast on this show, which makes me think some things we won't expect will happen. I don't know, but I think Carmen is a really good character, and she certainly has room to grow. She could be one of the better characters, but they don't really give her a lot to do yet, and that's the problem. But I do like Carmen, and that's why I put her number 15. Now, I had mentioned there's a character that's only been in a couple episodes. I had to put him on the list, though, because I absolutely love what they did with this character. My number 14 is going to be Mike Barnes, who, of course, was in The Karate Kid Part 3, and he was featured in a few episodes of Cobra Kai Season 5. I just like what they did with Mike Barnes. You thought all along he was going to be aligned with Terry Silver going into karate if he ever showed up on Cobra Kai. And lo and behold, Daniel Larusso is friends with all of his enemies from the Karate Kid movies on Cobra Kai. Johnny, Chosen, and now Mike Barnes. Mike Barnes had a successful furniture business, and then Terry Silver, we're led to believe, took it all away from him and he had nothing. So he hijacked the limo, and he was really pissed. He may have been on some blow, possibly, they alluded to, but he was awesome. And I'm a little upset that he got kind of knocked out in the finale for a long time, and I guess I should let you guys know there will be spoilers, mainly for things happening in Season 5 of Cobra Kai, so if you're not caught up to the point where I am and rewatching or watching Cobra Kai, then I highly suggest that you don't watch this video any further to avoid those spoilers. Hopefully, I didn't spoil anything already. I forgot to mention that, but I liked Mike Barnes. I sense he'll have a huge role in Season 6 of Cobra Kai, which may be the last season of the show, and I think it's going to be really fun. So Mike Barnes, unexpectedly, was a real treat in Cobra Kai Season 5, and that's why he's my number 14. My number 13 is a character who I didn't like for the first 4 seasons. He had moments on the show where he was okay, but mainly he was annoying, and that would be Robbie. Robbie finally started hanging out with his dad, and it made him a better character. He was anti-Cobra Kai and what Terry Silver was doing, and he was trying to help Kenny, and being friends with Miguel, and possibly, not possibly, at the end, spoiler alert, he does end up getting back with Tori. I'm kind of wondering who's going to end up with who in Cobra Kai. Will it be Tori and Robbie and Sam and Miguel, or will they switch places again? Or will somebody new completely be thrown in there? Who knows? But I like Robbie for the most part. He probably wouldn't have made this list the last season, but I didn't do this video last season. But he certainly is on the list now, and his character is certainly going up, and I could see him being in the top 10 when I do this video next for Cobra Kai Season 6. So Robbie is going to be my number 13. My number 12 is a character that I think could be really good. I think he's held back sometimes. They make him to be an extreme bully at times too, but he's only been in the show so long, and I'm talking about Kenny. Now, obviously, at the end of Cobra Kai Season 5, we saw him take off the Cobra Kai stuff and throw it on Terry Silver. That's a big moment for Kenny. Hopefully, Kenny learns from Robbie and becomes a great martial artist. He already kicked Hawk's ass for the most part, kind of. And he certainly has a lot of potential, although I find him a little annoying at times, but he's supposed to be, because you're supposed to be like, wow, this guy's a complete dick. He used to get bullied, and now he's being the bully, and he's just really rude and kind of psycho, like Hawk. So Kenny, he could really rise up this list if they do the right stuff with him, but right now, he's my number 12. My number 11 is one of our best villains on Cobra Kai. One of the best villains in the first 3 Karate Kid movies, at least, and that would be John Crease. Now, Crease, you're not necessarily supposed to like, but I think there is a way to give his character lots of redemption and maybe make his character officially the father figure for Johnny Lawrence and make him be one of the good guys, possibly even associated with Miyagi-Do, Eagle Fang, or whatever they want to call themselves if they have an official name after Season 5. But John Crease is a great character. I don't know what's going to happen with him, assaulting guards in prison after he broke out, but he was in there for being wrongfully accused because Stingray had lied about being assaulted by John Crease, when in fact it was Terry Silver. But I like John Crease. I like what he does. And, he's had little moments where, like, Crease is one of the good guys. You just wait, where, like, Terry Silver is beating him up, and he's like, enough. So I think Crease will ultimately be redeemed on Cobra Kai. Hopefully the character survives the whole show. I could see his character dying if they ever wanted to kill off characters just because he's old. But John Crease is my number 11. My number 10 might be the most normal character on Cobra Kai. She just seems very level-headed, and all the other characters have a lot of crazy stuff happen, but this character seems to be level. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'm picking Amanda Larusso. I really like Amanda Larusso. I like the stuff that she did with Tori in Season 4 of Cobra Kai. Made Tori's character a lot more interesting, and certainly made her character more interesting. And then her leaving Daniel in Season 5, temporarily, of course, meeting up with Daniel's, I guess he wasn't really dating her, but his lady friend, and now I'm forgetting her name. That was kind of thrown in there, as a cousin, of kind of all of a sudden, but it is what it is. I like Amanda's character. I like the relationship that she has with Carmen. I like how she came to the Cobra Kai main facility with Daniel, Chosen, and Johnny, and stood there I can't remember what they all said, but Amanda said something I'm something, I don't remember what it was, but I like Amanda. That's why she's my number 10. My number 9. Some people do not like this character. I happen to love this character. I think this character is hilarious. once he changed his name and became this gimmick that he is. Now, some of the things he does you kind of question, but ultimately I think he's a good guy and a good character. Of course, I'm talking about Stingray, who of course showed up on the show in season 2, then wasn't featured at all in season 3, and then came back in season 4. And we got a little bit of Stingray in season 5. I loved what he says at the end of season 5, spoiler alert, when Daniel's kind of on the side of the road and he's like, come with me if you want to live. And he's just an awesome, like, character to, you know, quote all these 80s movies and, you know, being friends with these little kids. It's a little weird how he's at that party in season 2 and he has all that tape and stuff stuck to his hands, but yet he didn't think some of the stuff with him doesn't make sense. But I happen to really like his character, and I think he's going to be good. I'm kind of wondering what his role will be in season 6. Like, will he be a sensei for Miyagi-Do Eagle Fang, or will he be one of the... He's kind of old to be a student for them, but I don't know. But I like Stingray. I know some people don't, but I think the guy's been picked on all of his life, and he's finally, like, a badass to a degree, and I really like Stingray, so that's why he's my number 9. My number 8, another character that people tend not to like. Although he's gotten a lot better in the last 2 seasons, I've liked him from the get-go. I think he's funny to watch. You're supposed to not like him. He kind of reminds me of a cooler version of Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. I'm talking about Dimitri. Now, it was great when he was like complaining in season 1 about, ow, that hurts and all. I don't want to do this, and all mopey about shit. And then like Daniel had to make like a Game of Thrones reference to get him like involved with stuff. And I just really like Dimitri's character. Now he's like this badass, and he's getting the hot chick from school. Now I'm forgetting her name. Not Moon, but Yasmin or Jasmine. I can't remember what Yasmin, I think it is. She's awesome for him. I don't know if they're going to necessarily stay together. It would probably be the case, but they might split some of these couples up. But I like Dimitri. I think he's awesome, especially when he like got the best of Hawk during the season. Was it season 2 or is it season 3 stuff? And then Hawk turned, which was great. And Dimitri's just cool. And some people absolutely hate him and can't stand him, at least until season 4. But I've liked him from the get-go, and that's why he's my number 8. My number 7 is arguably the best villain in the whole entire franchise. Some would say John Crease, but I'm going to go with Terry Silver. Now, will Terry Silver get some sort of redemption arc? Is it possible? I know, spoiler alert, there are rumors that Terry Silver has a grave illness and is going to die, and that's why he's doing the things that he's doing. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think he's just completely crazy, but there are little things that have been said in the show that they quickly, went past that would lead me to believe that something may be wrong with him. But I don't know. Terry Silver just plays this confident, cocky, arrogant asshole, but he's outsmarts everybody, and he's good at what he does, especially manipulating Daniel and Karate Kid Part 3, and forming, getting Cobra Kai from John Crease and getting John Crease put in jail, and having that elaborate plan with Stingray, which I don't know why he would think that would go through the whole time. Damn well Stingray is going to eventually say, actually, that's not what happened. But Terry Silver's awesome. Hopefully his character doesn't die for some dumb reason. I want to see him and Mike Barnes go at it, because that's something we haven't seen yet, and I think that would be really awesome. Completely go at it. I don't know what's going to happen with Terry Silver, if he's going to stay in jail, or his, with him having a lot of money, if he's going to get out. But Terry Silver, definitely my number 7. My number 6, I actually moved this character down one spot. I had him at number 5, but I wanted to change some things up. I've always liked this character. He was a psychopath, and I didn't think it was possible for this character to get redeemed at all, but he has. Hawk is my number 6. He's just a really cool character. He won the All Valley tournament. He broke Dimitri's arm, but then he decided, wait, what I'm doing is wrong. And I'm glad that his character had a turnaround, because I really like Eli. He's a lot of fun. I love the line that he said to Kyler in the finale of season 5, where he's like, you pick on kids, you bully kids, and you're the one that gets bullied by them, or something to that degree. I should write down these quotes so I don't botch them. But Hawk is great. I'm a little surprised that Kenny kind of took it to Hawk. But, shit happens. All these people are very skilled, and anything can happen. But Hawk he's had a great character arc on the show of Cobra Kai, and I don't know for sure if he's going to end up with Moon all the way through, or they're going to break up and he'll end up with somebody else. Who knows? But Hawk, as it stands right now, is my number 6. He could definitely move up because I really like Hawk's character. My number 5, who some would say is the star of the show, at least the kid star of the show. He won the first All Valley tournament for the guys. Well, there was only guys tournament in there, or boys, whatever you want to call it, and that would be Miguel. I love his relationship, or his dynamic with Johnny, how him and Johnny have developed this relationship, and it's pretty good. It has its ups and its downs. I love the fact that Miguel, him and Robbie finally became friends, and they worked together and decided that Hawk was going to be the one to represent Miyagi-Do / Eagle Fang, whatever you want to call it. And he's just a good character. Some parts, though, he gets too mopey and whines too much, like his relationship with Sam. I know it's Egyptian. But aside from that stuff, Miguel is an awesome character. I like the whole thing. The show is, for the most part, centered around him and the nostalgia characters. So Miguel is going to be my number 5. My number 4, some people would put this character as their number 1, and I don't blame you. The star, well, he's not necessarily the star of Cobra Kai, but the star of the Karate Kid movies, Daniel Larusso. Larusso, he's grown on me a little bit, because in the first season, for the most part, I didn't like Daniel. I thought he was kind of a snobby prick, and he apparently is supposed to be portrayed that way, but he's certainly gotten better, and I think season 5 was a really good highlight for his character, in my opinion. Stupid ski judging. Okay, that should be good for the rest of the video. Didn't do any cocaine before I shot this, just so you know. It just happens when I record videos. My nose itches. It's like a YouTube thing. So if you do YouTube videos, let me know down in the comment section if your nose itches when you're recording videos, because it doesn't do it until I'm recording videos. Trying to talk too fast. But I like Daniel. Didn't like him as much at first, but he certainly has gotten a lot better. I wish his kids would be a little bit better, because Anthony and Samantha, not very, very good so far, but they certainly could have a bigger season in season 6 and be better characters. But as it stands right now, Daniel LaRusso is my number 4. My number 3, some people would say this is way too high for this character. And, I was not expecting to have this character this high on my favorite characters list. However, this character was so amazing in Season 5 of Cobra Kai that I absolutely had to put him this high on the list. I even thought about putting him number 2, but I decided against that. And that would be Chosen. Chosen was easily at least the male star of Season 5, in my opinion. He had some of the greatest moments in Season 5. Comic relief moments, which I wasn't thinking was going to happen, because if you watch The Karate Kid Part 2, there's nothing funny about Chosen's character. Now, I should go back and say it's been a while since I've watched Karate Kid Part 2, so maybe I don't remember some stuff that he did, but he was like Psycho. He's like Hawk in Karate Kid Part 2, but to a worse degree. But he was just so fucking funny in Cobra Kai Season 5. He had his brief appearance in Season 3, and then his even briefer appearance in Season 4's finale. But man, I was not expecting this much Chosen and this awesome of a character. Chosen easily was the funnest character on the show. Maybe the funnest character, well, at least one of them. I really liked what he did. That when he beat up Barnes and oh, you're going to have to call an ambulance. And he beat up all of his guys, and then he wants to buy the couch and just random stuff. And him liking Kumiko and him calling her and leaving the voice message. And him, you think maybe Chosen might have got killed at the end of Season 5. But then he comes out of the limo and he's, all good, I'm good, don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just cut wounds, nothing too big, I'm not dead or something like that. And I just absolutely love this character, so I had to put Chosen my number 3. And I'm sure a lot of you will be like, number 3? Really? Have you been watching the show? Hey, I like the character. Now, my number 2 will probably be the most controversial pick on this list. And maybe not. Maybe all of you have come around on this character. I know a lot of people did not. And I repeat, did not like this character for the first 2 to 3 seasons that this character was on the show. I've liked this character since the start. I'm talking about Tori. Now, of course, she got on the show in Season 2. And I've just always been, I think her character has more of an interesting story because, like, she's a badass, but why is she such a badass? And of course, there's things we don't know. We don't know who her mother is. There's rumors that it might be Hilary Swank. I don't know if that's going to be true because why would they bring her in just to be somebody that's going to die soon? Who knows? But I've really liked Tori. That's probably why I don't like Sam, but especially in season 4 when she gets her redemption arc and, like, you know, she wins the All Valley tournament. The first thing are you okay? I hope that didn't hurt. And then she sees that silver paid off the official, and then she's like, what the fuck? I didn't win this tournament. So maybe she'll win another tournament fair and square without any type of, you know, bribe by anybody. But I really like Tori. Now she's very hot too. That might have something to do with it too. But I've always liked Tori's. Now my mustache issues. It itches. Now it goes from the nose to the mustache. But yeah, I mean, I could go on and on and on about her, but I just really like her. As far as her relationships, I'm not sure which one I like better between Miguel and Robbie. Again, that's one of those things I'd have to go back and rewatch the seasons. I don't know if all these characters will necessarily end up with each other at the end of the show. It depends on how many seasons it goes, but I could see there being a couple swerves with some of these relationships. But as it stands right now, she's with Robbie, and I must say I love that pool scene in season 4 with her and Robbie against Sam and Miguel. That was awesome, and she looked amazing. She is beautiful. So Peyton, you're beautiful and your character is awesome. I know a lot of you will be like, Peyton, Tori sucks. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like I said, if we all had the same list, what would be the point of doing this? So Tori is my number 2. And of course, I'm sure everybody would probably guess who my number 1 is before I started talking. Like, okay, there's only a couple characters that could be somebody's number 1. Mine is going to be Johnny. Johnny is such a fun character. He goes from being this snobby guy in the Karate Kid movies that he's in to being a lovable but misunderstood character because all of his references, he hasn't changed with the times. And I just really like Johnny. And then the development with his character with Miguel and Robbie and Carmen, and now a baby's on the way, and him like baby proofing his apartment and making it all nice and clean and getting rid of the roaches and, you know, getting rid of the spoiled food and all that. And he's just good. And then of course his off again, on again relationship with Daniel that right now is on again, and it looks to be that way. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, him and Carmen will probably get married in season 6. I think they're going to have a lot of stuff happen in season 6. They'll rush it, or maybe it won't be the last season, but I could see him and Carmen get married in season 6, and Daniel will be his best man. Or maybe it'll be Miguel or Robbie. I don't know, but I can certainly see that happening. But he's a great character, and I'm glad the show was centered around him at first, and it certainly made the show a lot more interesting, I think. So that is my list of my top 15. I'm going to go over it one more time. Carmen, Mike Barnes, Robbie, Kenny, John Crease, Amanda, Stingray, Dimitri, Terry Silver, and Hawk, Miguel, Daniel Larusso, Chosen, Tori, and Johnny Lawrence. So again, make sure you leave your list in the comments section. You don't have to do 15. You can do 10, you can do 5, or if you just want to do your top 3, that's fine as well. Smash the like button, especially if you're a fan of Cobra Kai or any of the first 3 Karate Kid movies. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe we'll have to talk about Karate Kid, the next Karate Kid at some point if they introduce Julie's character on Cobra Kai. That'll be interesting. And of course, share the video with anybody you know. Put this video on any of your social media platforms. And I always have to mention in every video of Cobra Kai, quiet! And last but certainly not least, you're watching the video anyway, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.